Alright, so I'm gonna start working on the hardtop again. What I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna hit it with 180 grit on the DA here. I'm gonna scuff the whole thing up, and then some of these pits, if you guys remember, I have all these pits, all the rust pits that I took care of already, but I need to do the body work on because they're low. So I'm gonna hit it with 3 coats of the polyester primer, which pretty much is the like a body filler, sprayable body filler. So I'm gonna do that and then block it after that. So in this video, I'm gonna scuff it up and do all that body work on it. I'm really motivated now that the trunk lid is painted. I took it out to the sun the other day, and wow, the pearl, the way it comes out, I should have recorded it, but on the next one. So I'm gonna throw on my mask right now, hit this up right now, and hopefully spray those three coats today before I head to work. So let's knock it out. All right, so it's all scuffed up with the 180 grit. Now you can see the pits a lot better on camera. And you can see how they're identified already because they weren't scuffed because they're low spots. So what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna hit every single one of these spots with 180 by hand, and I'm just gonna start going in there and start getting in there, knocking all that out or scuffing it up so that way the polyester could stick to it. So I'm gonna do that to the whole hardtop, and then I'll bring you guys back on when it's time to spray. Let's go. So it's ready to be sprayed. I already masked it off. I didn't mask it off all the way down here. Kind of left it like that because I know there's not going to be a lot of overspray. It's not going to reach the door or the inside of the car. But it's ready to go. I'm going to mix it up right now, and I'm going to try to see if I can put you guys on top so that way you get a top view of me spraying the whole thing. And let's go. And there it is. I did 2 coats of the polyester primer. I did run out. I was trying to do 3 coats, but 2 coats will be good. So you can still see some of these. So hopefully when I level it out or block it out, some of those go away. And then the ones that don't, I'm gonna hit them up with some glaze and then block that, and then we should be ready for more primer and getting it ready for paint. I'm gonna let it sit for a day, and then we'll go from there. Well, I'm gonna hit it with a guide coat, start spraying this on there. I still have this can left before I start using a dry coat. So I'm gonna spray the whole thing right now and go from there, start blocking it. Nice little mist here. All right, so I'm gonna start hitting it with this big block with 180 grit. I'm gonna hit the whole thing and go from there. See if I find any low spots and keep blocking and blocking. All right, so this whole side is already blocked off. So as you can see, look at all this stuff. These are all lows. This is where the guide coat stayed. Here, there. Some of the small spots, most of the small spots are gone. They were leveled out, but then there's still some deeper ones that I need to take care of. I still need to do the other side, but look at this. This is another low right here. Low, low, low. So good thing for guide coat, or else I would have missed all this. So that's the whole point of this guide coat. It's a lot of work, and I keep sweating all over this thing, and I keep so it keeps dripping. And as I'm going back and forth, I'm spreading my sweat all over this. It's like 120 degrees in here. Actually, it's 91 degrees, but it sure feels like 120. But gotta hit the other side. I'm gonna knock it out in a bit. Hopefully I don't blow out my shoulders, but I'm gonna do it. And right here too, all these areas here. But it's coming along. Gotta trust the process, learn from this. So let's go. I need to get me like a step stool so I could stand there pretty much long ways there, so I could stand up there and reach all the way to the middle. And I think it'll be helpful for when I'm painting too, so that way I could reach the middle and make sure I don't have any tiger stripes. Keep that 75 or 50 to 75% overlap on the painting. So there it is. The whole top is blocked out now. And I did go to Harbor Freight and I got me one of these step stools. It's really helpful to get to the middle of the hardtop. I mean, I could get it from standing out here, but it's like a long reach. So it was a lot easier with the step stool. I was able to knock all this out, all in the middle. It's gonna help me with painting too. And then what I'm end up doing next is I'm gonna scuff all these areas up that are lows with 180, so that way the filler actually sticks to it. So on these areas here, I am gonna end up using the lightweight filler, and then the little small areas like that, there you can see it. Small areas like that they're all over the place pretty much. I'm gonna try to hit those with some glaze, but it's ready to go. On to the next step. So I usually buy these masks from Harbor Freight, but with this whole pandemic that's going on, they don't have anymore. They're completely sold out. They're out of them. So what I ended up doing is I went to O'Reilly's and I went in and I bought me a box of the filters. So I actually bought them online and got them delivered to my nearby O'Reilly's, and then I just replaced the filters. These are the old ones. Look how busted they were. It's with the primer and the sanding that I was doing. But they're both pretty much done. Then these come with 10 in the pack or 10 in the box. Pretty good. So I just already replaced it, and that's what I'm using now. But yeah, I usually buy these masks. I mean, I guess this way is cheaper. But you know, with sweating and everything and all over the mask, you do have to replace them. So hopefully I could find one online and then just buy it and get it delivered and just have it ready. That way I'm not, you know, using a messed up mask. So I already laid the lightweight filler and the glaze as well. So I hit the bigger spots with the lightweight filler on that side too. Couple areas over there on that side. These are real light skim coats. of the filler, so most likely I'm probably gonna have to use some more. But yeah, and then on these right here, this is all glaze. I'm using the Eastwood glaze putty, but I'm not really liking it. It's coming out pretty gummy, just straight out of the tube already before I even add any hardener. I'm not sure if that's how it's supposed to be, but the videos that I've seen on YouTube or even on forums, when they pull it out of the tube, it looks a lot more liquidy, like it's spreading out a lot better. Like the spreadability of it will be a lot cleaner and a lot better. So, but I'm using what I got, so this is what I have, and I'm gonna hit these with the DA with 180 grit, because I think since these are so small, the DA will cover such a large area that I think it will even out. But for example, in these areas here, I'm gonna hit it with the block because I want to make sure that I get those nice and even. This one, probably gonna hit it with the DA. Yeah, it'll fit 6-inch. It'll be all right. But this one here and that one, and then the ones on the other side, I'm gonna hit with the block to make sure that I block it out correctly. But yeah, you can see right here, some bigger area here, and then hit the back here with the block. Yeah, block, and then block this. But we're getting there. It's moving. So I wanted to define the body line that it has here because it's a little dull, right, like around this area here. So what I ended up doing is I put a tape right where the body line is, and then I put glaze over that area. Then I'm gonna remove the tape right now and see how it comes out. That's pretty much how it's curving on the other side. It looks kind of whack, but that's pretty much how it runs on the other side. I'm gonna sand it down and then dull that line out a little bit because it is real sharp because of the tape, but at least I know where the body line is now. And that's where I'm at. And that's how it looks when it's all sanded down. The line's already there, you can feel it. When I primer it, I'm gonna be able to see it a lot better. But for the most part, well, actually the whole thing is done already and it's ready for primer. So on to the next step. So stay tuned for those videos. I'm gonna end up blocking the driver's side and the passenger side and hopefully primer the whole car in one session. So that way the car is primered all together, and then I could block it one more time. So this car is gonna be forever in primer. It's gonna be my new hashtag, forever in primer. But that's part of the process. It is what it is. We gotta get it done. And if that's what we gotta do, then that's what we gotta do to get a good paint job or a decent paint job. But there it is. That's what it looks like. I'm pretty sure that once I primer this and I guide coat it again, I'm gonna find a couple of spots here and there, but for the most part, the majority of it is taken care of, and I'm ready to move on. So let's go.